Hello, David. This is Forrest, and we're standing in front of your house here in Kelseyville. You asked about landscaping. I don't think there's a ton of work to do in the landscaping. As you can see, no one's lived here for a while, obviously. There's not a lot of weeds. What you could do is come in, bring some gravel to put around the circular drive. The soil drains pretty well, and it's not very muddy, so you could probably just get away with putting, a layer of pea gravel or something, or maybe some sort of base rock. I would do it all the way around the circular drive and back out, and that'll make it a little easier to drive on for people. These areas in here with the inside the rock, I don't know how fancy you want to get, but the cheapest would just be to leave it. There's not a lot of weeds growing, and you could kind of redo some of these trails again with either bark or rock, and repair some of the rock walls, which are not in bad shape at all, and do it that way. Or you could bring in like a bark or a wood chip. You can get it as cheap as $8 a yard in some places, and just cover the whole thing so it makes it look a little more finished. You're going to have trouble with leaves on it, kind of regardless, because of all the big trees. There's a section here of wall that looks like it needs to be replaced, but otherwise the walls are in good shape in the front yard. I mean, you could really get fancy on this landscaping, but I don't think you need to. One thing I thought about when you walk up to the house here is this window right here is massive, and you could almost make that into a front door, the way it opens into the living room. The downside, of course, is going to cost a lot more because you got to take this flagstone and extend it out over, to about there, and then up and make it kind of a doorway going in there. But that would be an option to really make it look sharp. The roof with the moss, I think the roof, I haven't been up on it obviously, but it's probably not in that bad a shape. You could probably bring a stiff broom and get rid of all the moss and the leaves, and they would probably hold up for a while longer. Gutters could help with the length of the roof as well. Without gutters, a lot of times the eaves will rot out earlier. Water will get up underneath. I would, as far as a fix-up, the siding looks in good condition. The foundation looks in great condition. There's a couple small cracks, but nothing that I think would need to be concerned about. You do have some water pipes. I think if you can see it sticking out of the wall right there, they're disconnected and have to be re-put back together before the water got turned on full bore. The windows probably all need to be replaced. That's one thing that would dress this place up really nice, but you could almost, it looks like you get away with not even painting if you power washed this front area here. As we move into the inside, this is the front door. A new front door is going to be necessary for sure. The electrical panel looks like it's in good shape. Looks like the power is on. But as far as rot and everything, the place looks pretty sound, really. I'm not sure what you want to do inside the house as far as style or anything. These wood floors are kind of cool. They could be painted and sealed, or sanded and sealed down, and to kind of give it a rustic feel. The only thing is, the rest of the house doesn't really feel that rustic. So another option is just to put something over it. And then the question is, as far as what you do with the fireplace definitely looks outdated, and you have all this rock on the entryway coming in. This wood you could match. This is something you can definitely match. So if you wanted to pull that out and extend the wood, you could pull up some of the pieces and kind of blend it in and extend it around. That might be one option. One thing we've done on fireplaces quite a bit is stucco them. On a finish like this, you don't even really need to wire them, although we do sometimes do it depending on how good it's sticking to it. But you just stucco right over the top. You can do a real smooth stucco and then paint it. It looks like it's almost like a wall. With the way this fireplace is, the shape of it's kind of odd in that it has this side opening here, but at the same time the room kind of wraps around it. So you might want to, depending on what you plan to do with the room, you could kind of close in this side a little bit here, and then maybe open on their side or something to make it look more balanced, or close it in close it in on this side more, and you can put an insert in there. Inserts are really efficient now. They do a great job of heating. You won't have the heat loss up the chimney with an insert, and they're safer. If you have it as a rental, it's just safer for people to use. The heater, it's hard to tell by looking at it how good it is. It looks like it's workable, but I can't tell you for certain on that. You're going to have to fix the door down there one way or the other. This door is pretty cool if you're going to stick with the kind of the wood look, but down there you're going to have something made up. In the kitchen here, again, I don't know how fancy you want to get. These doors aren't terrible. They're not super high quality, but they're not terrible. You could leave that open shelf. It's kind of a country ranch feel. You place the countertops with granite. That'd be super cheap and easy to do. I mean, you're probably looking at no more than $800 or so. I take that back. Maybe like $1,800 just to put in granite. You get granite slabs like that really cheap. You're probably only looking at 2, maybe 3 slabs. Slabs range anywhere from $100 up to $300-$400 a slab for prefab stuff, and this could all be prefab, no problem. I can't tell if this is paint or wallpaper. I wouldn't be able to know without scoring the wall, because up there it looks like it ends, which makes you think it might be a paint design. If it's paint, it'd be easier to paint over, obviously. If it's wallpaper, then you gotta take it off, which is a pain. That's a pain for sure. And you got stucco or retaping texture over it. As you can see, there's a lot of missing baseboards. I'm not sure, you might be able to match that one, but they didn't do a good job installing it. So you're probably talking about redoing baseboards kind of throughout most of the house. As you can see, there's no baseboards anywhere. Electrical trim out, you see the lights are kind of older and frankly not very nice. You can probably get rid of that there by putting a fan light in. My idea here might be to close this off, this door that we just walked through. There's a door as you come through the laundry room here, and then the bathroom door is here. I think I might close that off and instead put a door right here and come in that direction. There's both a tub. I'm sorry, there's the tub there. It's kind of a narrow bathroom. If you brought the door in here, you could move the tub down kind of from where it is here on the right side, looking at from the way we're looking at it. You could move it down to the left side and move the toilet and put the sink. And that would give you more room in the bathroom in general than the way it is right now. Looking in, you see the toilet and the sink is pretty narrow. And then behind that wall is the tub. If you came in the other direction, it might be a little bit easier. You're obviously going to have some sort of patching. That frankly doesn't look real good. I don't know what the problem is up there, but that's going to have to be taken care of somehow or another. You do have a tube light right there, which is nice. As far as making an extra bedroom, the only place I kind of see it as being a possibility would be here, which is you have the master bedroom here, and then you have this little room that opens to the outside and opens off the master. You could move this wall. Yeah, it's going to be a support wall, which makes it tough. So it might be that you just make this room here that you enter into off the master. Let me see if I can back up so you can see it a little bit better. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about since you've been here, but that opening there you could close off and just make this into a bunk room that opens off of this here, which is this little closed-in porch area. You can make that the doorway, and if you wanted to, you could bust out something a little right here and make a closet. Maybe from this point back that way, just make it sort of a closet, and then here you could put bunk beds if you're going to rent it out, just for some extra sleeping. I don't think there's anywhere else in the house that would be